Hi, my name's Chad Hobson, and welcome to Behind the Sketch. I've recently finished working on my second children's book that I've been working on for about almost a year and a half. The interesting thing about this book was I actually completed the drawings, I'd say 75% of the drawings, I think it's 60% of the drawings about a year ago. But I had the hardest time bringing everything together. And it wasn't because I was lacking motivation or anything like that. I could not finish the book because I did not see how I could release something, right, with a story that's so meaningful. Actually, to me, it means a lot to me. But I couldn't see myself identifying with the character in the book. And ironically enough, what I ended up realizing towards the end of writing it and completing it was the fact that I was that main character. I was the old man. I had all of these skills and all of this knowledge that I just, for some reason, didn't feel capable of tapping into. And it's not like there's anybody stopping me. I just think it was deep down insecurity. But I think if I'm being real with myself, and I look back at my life, I would say I struggled with low self-esteem, despite my ability to kind of push past it. It was always there. It's like a little nagging voice. But I think when I started to really research Black history and culture, the importance of culture and traditions, what I ended up walking away with was the idea that, first of all, the vision that I had for the book to begin with is something that's coming to life. Like, I'm seeing it manifest, and I've been seeing it manifest. But the only thing I had an issue with, not really an issue, but I had a hard time really identifying with the story. I don't want to give it away, but I think when I put myself outside of Chad and put me into Creole, I found it's easier for me to kind of express what I'm going through, because I think a lot of the times as an adult, children's books tend to have a simplified way of bringing changing the perspective on a lot of things. It's so simplistic. And one of the things that I realized very beginning when I started this, and even started my own journey, was the importance of Shoshin, which means beginner's mind, and approaching everything from a childlike mindset. It's almost like the first time a child sees a dog. I think a lot of the times as adults we see dogs, but once we put the label, like a name in front of it, we cease to actually see the dog. We don't see the dog. Like, I see Molly right now jumping around, but she's a dog, but I don't see a dog. I see this intelligent creature that's sitting here staring at me. I don't want your treat, okay? And I think that's the important thing about this book, to come full circle, is the realization that Creole has allowed me to kind of open up myself to the idea that the very characters and the situation and the story that I'm creating was that of something I experienced, but I didn't really recognize that until I realized, wow, now I know I'm having such a difficult time writing and finishing this book. It's because I feel like a fraud. I can't say that this character needs to do this if I don't even see it. You know what I mean? And I think by working on the book and tweaking it and continuing to draw the extra pages, it's kind of, I brought it all together, and I realized that I am the old man. I am the old man. I was the old man. I was looking for something outside of me, thinking that was going to bring me everything I needed in order to become Chad, or become a graphic designer, creative, become that thing, that it thing But I realized that I had my authentic self. I had everything in my lap already. I just needed someone to allow me to see it from a different perspective and see it in a new light. I think that's the most beautiful thing about this book, like I was able to bring a story that helped sculpt or cultivate my understanding of myself and how I view the world, and kind of fuse it in with the realization of the importance of culture and identity, and realizing that I have a lot to offer. And I think going through what I went through and just staying in it, being stuck, I don't think that's the way I want to go. I don't think that that's making a good use of the energy that's there. Because you think about it, energy is never really destroyed. It's just kind of transforms into different states, right? So the fact that that negative energy is there, whatever that might be, and how it manifests itself, I'm trying to show people that you can take that negative energy and almost use that energy as a power source. Sort of like how water goes rushing through a dam, right? By the water rushing through the dam, it can create electricity, right? Using the power and momentum of the water. And I think that's just the way I wanted to look at it. And as I'm coming to the final stages of publishing this book, I just think that was the biggest takeaway. I didn't really know where I was going with this. I just wanted to kind of grab my mic and record. And now that I'm at the final stages of this process, I wanted to share a bit of the backstory as to how I ended up here and what it feels like to finally get this thing ready to go. Stay tuned for more. My name is Chad Hobson, creator of The Fear Theory. So Indifferent. Stay tuned.